The wind is pouring down from the north and it tastes of snow. It's too cold to sit and too rough to stroll, so there aren't many passengers braving the open deck. There's only Nina, in her usual chair by the rails, and the large, well-dressed man swaying towards her with a cup and saucer. Nina has noticed this man before, because he prefers to eat at unoccupied tables, as does she. Yesterday evening he caught her eye across the crowded dining room and lifted his water glass, as if to say, "Cheers, from one loner to another." Only it wasn't such a jovial gesture as that sounds, because he did it without smiling. She pretended not to understand and turned to the window, although the view had disappeared by then. There was only the churning darkness of sea and sky, and the restaurant in reflection. The planks of the deck are slick with sleet and spray, and when the man reaches her, he leans back against the rail and spreads his feet wide for balance. He points to the cup and shouts over the bluster, "You look peaky, ma'am. I brought you some tea." His accent is American. Of course, it's possible he's simply being kind. The old Nina would have taken his kindness for granted. She'd have thanked him warmly, invited him to sit beside her, made some banal comment about the weather. He's waiting for a reaction. There's nothing to do but to take the cup and saucer and rest them on her lap. It's obviously foolish to assume she'll be left alone just because she wears her wedding ring on her right hand and dresses in black. What does the man see when he looks at her? A widow with so much romantic grief in her soul that she can sit through wind, rain, and snow hour after hour, day after day, watching the ocean? A widow with so much wealth she can afford to ruin a full-length sable coat in the process? Nina takes a sip of sweet, tepid tea and says, "Thanks," by way of dismissal. Poor man. If he's only being nice, he deserves better. But how can she know? She's not a mind reader. The ship lurches and tea slops over her fingers into the saucer. The man offers a handkerchief from his pocket, but she waves it away with a polite smile. The smile is a mistake, because it prompts him to say, "Okay, good," and drop into the chair beside her. "Not much of a sailor, huh?" Nina burrows her chin into her collar, reluctant to make chit-chat. "I don't know about that. It depends." It's only half a year since she crossed the Atlantic in the opposite direction, thinking she'd seen the last of England. It feels like another lifetime, but it's 6 months, almost to the day. She and her husband travelled on this very liner, the SS St. Ursula, when it still felt like a troop ship, crammed to the gunwales with D-mob happy soldiers and their new European wives.